just the music. Like honestly, at the forefront. To our detriment, I think if you have a great manager, that makes your job. You know, you might sell 10,000 copies of a record with a bad manager and 50,000 copies of a record with a good manager. It's like it can make a massive difference. So that can be really helpful. And I always like to find artists that either musically they're doing something totally original or are pulling together different influences in a really interesting way, or they can be as derivative as you like but be brilliant songwriters. And I think those are the kind of things that we look for to have a kind of like long-term career relationship with an artist. I think being good live is really important, but we certainly don't care about things like YouTube numbers on demos or who else is interested in signing them. Like all of our best signings have been deeply unpopular when we signed them, and then, you know, gone on to do great things because they've just been inherently brilliant bands. Lots of artists, when they come to try and be found, spend kind of too much time thinking about how to promote themselves and not enough time thinking about making a great record. Like the way that music's been found historically is kind of luck and magic, and I still find it happens in that kind of way as well. And you sort of find one good artist and it attracts others, and that's what we try and build as a label. My favourite parable is probably Talking Heads, who Seymour Stein found super early on, and he went to try and sign them and they were like, no, we're not ready yet. He just turned up to all of their gigs for 3 years, and in that period David Byrne and the guys had written the first 4 albums, so by the time they were actually signed they had album after album after album ready to go, and they were just refining stuff. So they already had such a substantial body of work. And when I look at you know, like a band like Foals, who we've worked with, they have, you know, there's songs on the last album that are really old songs as well, and they have like a depth and sort of ideas and things that they've been working around with and developing, and these things might come to fruition at any point along a band's kind of gestation, but that initial period before anyone knows you exist, that's an amazing period where you can just be purely creative and do something really special. And I think that if you spend more time doing that, less time thinking about how you're going to market on Bandcamp or, you know, create 8 million videos for your tracks and things like that, then I mean that's the magic. It's, you know, whatever your setup is, you have to you know, invest time in what you're doing and get good and be, you know, become a brilliant musician and you know, and really try, even if you're making like really lo-fi punk stuff,